If a patient in a medical setting is treated like a disease, category, code, or just a number, patient number 1, 2, then unfortunately the truth of what they're going through cannot be conveyed, is not being conveyed. It's not being understood, it's not being heard. It's like speaking and no one listening. Because the symptoms people go through reflect their physiology. And yes, as humans, we have one sort of physiologic system. There are some basic laws to the human experience, to the human body. But what goes wrong in that process to become unwell or to become sick, that's a unique journey that people have gone through. If you treat every patient like a disease or a number, you'll never discover that. If you can't discover that information, how can you really help them in terms of really stopping the cycle of chronic illness? And that's what we focus on, that's what we specialize in. We do things differently, and I'm grateful to CCIM for giving me the opportunity to do it. The way we do it is by spending time and building that relationship. We have unique relationships with each person. And that allows us building that relationship, spending the time on them by long consultations, being available to communicating effectively, following up. And both me and Ilana will develop our own relationships with the patients. It allows us to really get to the truth of what's going on.
And how does it affect the quality of their care?
The patients feel empowered. They tell me, and they hold me accountable to all of this. They feel like they're a participant in their care, not just on the unidirectional receiving and not just receiving stuff, but participating, learning about their own bodies. And what happens is that the patients discover things about themselves and they give me that information, which helps me become better at helping them. That is what I love, this bi-directional relationship. That, like any good relationship, it's a continual conversation over time. You get information from the patient, you use that information to make recommendations, you give them information, you give them tools to help them. They apply them, they discover new things. Those things come back to me that I can use to modify my approach. I don't always get it right on the first shot, like in terms of helping the initial protocol that I create. It's not always the perfect protocol for them, but the continual communication and that growing of a relationship helps me help them. And that ultimately is what it's about.